Hi everybody, and welcome to Roll for Damage, where I hope everyone's in the right name box because it was an effort this morning.
Looks good.
Today, what did I hear someone start to say something? Or was it my voice just doing a weird thing?
No, it was me. I was saying it looks
Shannon.
good. Overlay looks good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Solid.
Freaking welcome.
I didn't catch it. It just came through like as I said something. It just had that really like discordant sound to me. I was like, what's going on? Yep. I always start this off very professionally, apparently. It's what we do here. So today we're going to do the scales above, which is our homebrew Rise of Tiamat, very, very loosely based on game. And just a reminder that there are no heroes here. We don't really do that for this game. Shannon, I see you pulling a face, but you did just murder a man last week. So, you know.
Boric has done nothing wrong.
Except for the men you split in half at the gate, or the many people you've killed with your gravity sinkhole. Don't start this with me.
Or the shit that you said to Sloan. That's unforgivable.
I've probably killed the least people.
Unforgivable. You killed my spirit.
Yeah, and yet you said the meanest things that Sloan has ever heard in her life, and that's after I've had a shot
so
at her.
before this season, Oric has done nothing wrong.
To be fair, I don't know if he did anything wrong this season. Brutal honesty is
pretty mean.
necessarily wrong.
It's mean. It's mean-spirited. Stop trying to justify this.
I don't know about y'all, but I've been on my best goddamn behavior.
Oric is
He
sitting
flew
there
out
on
at a
the
boat.
Am I the Asshole Reddit, like asking questions.
Yeah, right.
I love that
Anyways,
subreddit.
so this is episode 3, and I'm going to get someone to do the recap. But I think maybe I should do the intros first. We're going to start with... I'm going to reverse order that I asked everyone questions before the game. So, Arron, who the fuck are you? Where are you from? Tell us about yourself.
Well, first off, I am fucking Arron, otherwise known as fucking Yara motherfucking shit. I create the motherfucking series, How to Be an Adventurer. No, you started this. I'm finishing it. I am the creator of How to Be Motherfucking Adventurer, and also the Dungeon Master of D6 Black Motherfucking Archives. We stream here on Sundays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and our podcasts go up every Saturday, which the time will now be adjusted for first thing in the morning. Instead of usually somewhere in the afternoon. This is mainly so that way people can actually catch up a little bit earlier should they so desire. It'll be over on Spotify as well as Apple Podcasts and stuff like that. But yeah, the voice actor and sound designer. I recently did sound design for Dio from the JoJo series, beating the shit out of Mickey Mouse. I'm not kidding. That is a real thing.
That's on Daitomodachi's.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, if you guys are interested in that, you can go watch it. And that's everything I have to say for not just only who I am and announcements. I play Ignis Light in this show. I am a 9 out of 10. I'm so not tired.
Everyone else is very sleepy.
Yeah.
Sean, you looked very scholarly reading a book there just then. You can do your intros next.
My name is Sean, and I am very awake right now. And I play Oric Solaris. I'm also the creative director of Paradise Productions. It's funny because every week I've not messed that up in a long time, but every week on this show, only this show, my brain. Even right now, my brain said Paradise RPG, not because I forgot, but because we're on this show. And this is where I messed it up.
Forgetting to change the ad. I'm so bad.
But I play Oric Solaris here, who is Soulless Daddy. And I am a creative director over at Paradise RPG. Oh.
You said that. Oh, god damn it, Sean! You already said that, and you just went into. You're fired.
This is gonna be a slow episode, you guys. Let's go. Slow.
I am the creative director of Paradise Productions, where we play D&D and do other nerdy things. And I drive Shannon up the wall with my mere existence. And once again, for the third time, I play Oryx Larix. It's me.
How was
cut it?
Wow.
How was the Powerful Hour this Wednesday?
Intro. First of all, it's on Sunday. Second of all,
don't take the bait.
Be nice to Shannon, please.
Okay.
Kyle.
I was nice. This is me being nice. Shelby,
Poking sleeping bears.
who are you? What you doing? All that sort of stuff.
Hi, my name is Shelby or Whistle or Shuby. I'm just an entity at this point. I go by many names and I'm on many places. Here, usually. I kind of just pop up in a lot of different Twitch games. I'm currently playing in a hacked Powered by the Apocalypse game called The Between over on Crit Fail Safe Studios over on Twitch. But tonight I will be playing Nia Arron, our problem. Just one of our problems, but a problem nonetheless.
Okay. Shannon, are you okay now?
just peachy.
Okay.
We love you, Shannon, or at least I do. I don't know about Nova, but
Tell us all about, you know, where you're from, what you're playing, all that sort of stuff. Go.
Okay. I am also from Paradise Productions, and I am our community manager, and Sean is being a PR nightmare right now. So yes, as he said, we play D&D on Mondays, and actually this Sunday, it was supposed to be next Thursday, but this Sunday we are playing a special one-shot for my dear rogue, Scarlet. We're going to explore her very tragic backstory, and I cannot wait. So that's happening at 4 p.m. Eastern this Sunday, March 20th. So excited.
How excited?
Extreme.
So.
Yeah.
So, what else? I mod for Sean when he streams Relaxing in Paradise and troll him in chat. It's a lot of fun. What else do we do? We do lots of fun
Another
stuff.
Play in Paradise is a gaming night. We do a lot of stuff. We have upcoming programming too that is in the works. So keep your eyes out for that. It has some to do with Strixhaven, so
just something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this evening, I will be playing my beloved barbarian, Sloan.
I would never have guessed that the pseudo Harry Potter book would be something that Shannon would be like, let's do it. Let's play this one. Hey Kevin, how you doing? All right. Patiently waiting at the end. Kelsey. Tell us, where you are, what you're playing, all that stuff.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Kelsey, also Woroguzu on Twitter and YouTube. Where Twitter, I draw a bunch of things. You can commission me. And on YouTube, I tell the stories of the first campaign that I ever ran called Atlantis. But if you want to see a current game that I'm running, you can watch me on Roll for Damage here on Thursday nights, where I run Dream Chasers, a World of Darkness game, where people are getting fucked up.
Accurate.
I absolutely forgot to say I was also in that game. Hi, I'm sorry, Kelsey. I'm super excited about it, I promise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey, the most organized and well thought of out of the rest of us. Yep, that's what it's gonna be tonight. Yep, that's me. I'm feeling it. Let's do it.
So, look, I'm sorry, Shannon, but really, your session was last session, so I'm actually going to make you do the recap this time.
I will volunteer to do the recap. I volunteer is true.
Hey, Shannon, isn't it Sean's birthday today?
Mr. Nova.
I was
last month.
Do the recap?
God damn it. God damn it! I heard you saying I heard you saying how many years you were older, and I was like, never mind. I was gonna make us all sing happy birthday to you.
Do you want me to tell you, Arron, why I don't do the recaps?
Yes.
Because as a DM, it's interesting seeing what the players think happened versus what I think happened, because what I think happened is accurate events of the story, but not necessarily what the players did, because everyone has different memories. But what the players think they did is always very interesting to hear. It lets me take notes and think about how their minds have changed what the story is going to be. Because they might have been like, I might have gone, there's a giant in front of them that they have to interact with, and they're like, we've met this big fucking dude who's a bit of an asshole.
I've garnered enough information. I think I get what you're saying.
Good.
I think.
Good.
So last week on Roll for Damage, Scales Above, the dysfunctional party that is us arrived at this island, which I don't believe we got a name for. But it is has a lot of volcanic activity and volcanic hills and hills of rock, and it's very muggy and hot here, so humid that it mutes Ignis's magic a little bit, his fire magic. But there's a small port town to the east that we are trying to get to. We parked our boat far off from the port because we almost got into some trouble with a ship from the Marius, and we want to avoid running into them. So we approached the city from the wilderness, although Nia stayed behind, and Saren was otherwise preoccupied with the captain of that ship, of our ship. As we were arriving at this town, we did notice all sorts of architecture throughout, particularly things that were associated with a god of the sea that both Ignis and Auric had different interpretations of, but very quickly Auric realized that these statues or something was watching us, or that we all realized something was watching us. Auric deduced that it was the statues, and then we mustered on towards the town. When in the town, it was all on stilts and very seafaring, and it had very, very strict rules about violence and magic in the town. No violence in the town, no trouble, unless you were in the fighting pit, basically. The only place any kind of funny business could happen was the fighting pit, which Sloan immediately was like, that's where I'm going. Auric was predictably mean to everyone. And then we did go to the fighting pit. Sloan fought and kept fighting and kept fighting and kept fighting until, predictably, the god of war within her and violence was like, let's keep fighting and make it worse. And she almost turned. You didn't fully turn into a werebear, but you were starting to turn into a werebear, or did you fully turn?
No, I think I did.
You did because you ate that guy's head. Well, you didn't swallow it, but you ripped his head off. Well, you also ripped his head off, didn't you? Or no, you ripped his top off by his head.
Correct.
So things got really
twisted.
bad. Yes, you twisted. That's right. It didn't help that this paladin was really egging her on.
Did he really?
Yeah. 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is what I mean about players and DMs.
Ignis was flipping him off for a reason.
He was like, there's something inside you. What's wrong with you? What's happening? And you're just like, rawr, I'm a bear.
Then he also said, like, let's keep fighting. And kept fighting after his blood was spilled. Because there was a rule of you either fight to first blood or to the death. Mm-hmm. Paladin decided to keep fighting. Yeah.
So it's his own fault, really.
That's what Auric actually did say.
I don't think we can justify a murder here, guys. We are terrible people, and we just need to accept it.
But this wasn't a murder, and this was Auric's exact justification when the priests from the temple came to get mad at us. Well, first of all, Ignis and I joined forces to keep everyone safe with varying types of magical walls.
I base blasted a bunch of people off.
Exactly, and I force walled Bear Sloan until she calmed down. Which was not going to happen from Auric. It happened from Ignis talked her down. Auric is not in talk down mode, but he was in face mode for the party and did talk to the locals as the other two were getting quite upset with them. But Auric pointed out, this is a fighting pit that your explicit rules state is to the death or to first blood, and the consequences of that are what just happened. But they were pretty insistent on us getting the hell out of there. So Auric said, we will leave, but I will stay because I need to buy things still. So please, I'll send my companions out. You can have your paladin named not paladin. Were they a paladin or were they just an assassin, a bodyguard?
They were a paladin.
The
Scarlet character?
No, that was the elf. The
half elf. But were they a paladin or were they just a bodyguard for that guy? Is what I was asking.
Hold up. You mean the guy that Sloan killed, or the other guys?
No. The half elf that followed Sloan and Ignis back.
That wasn't a half elf. That was full-blooded wild elf, and was definitely not a paladin. No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, they sent their full-blooded wild elf to follow Ignis and Sloan back, who was really just there to make sure that they didn't do anything funny. And Auric stayed behind with the priest to talk about a potential mission for us in the town. A bit of a strange thing to come out of us murdering a man, but there is business to be done in the town, and Auric potentially offered the services of the group in exchange for goods and whatever else. But while this was happening, Ignis and Sloan had a very nice heart-to-heart on the ship about kind of Sloan's condition and what's going on with the party. We kind of ended the session with that. And about me, about Auric and him being such a dick lately. So Sloan has acquired a new magic man to get to
protect
dysfunctional therapy from. And I believe that's where we end.
Ignis is probably making more strides, honestly.
True. There was a point. Yeah, that's it. There was a point where I got a double nat 20. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Not okay.
That is where we left off.
Okay, so we're gonna start with one of the people that wasn't around last week. So, Nia, you're sitting on the boat, gently rocking in the waves that are coming towards the island, and you hear on your door.
I'll get up from wherever I was. I imagine that I don't really occupy a lot of my space.
No.
Nia doesn't. She kind of stays by the window, watching out the window most times. That's usually where she falls asleep, just in the chair by the windows. She'll go open the door.
A large man is standing there. Bit of a belly, grey hair. More grey than black at this point. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm managing. I'm okay.
You want to get off this boat for a little while?
Will you come with me?
That's kind of the plan.
She'll nod then.
And
where are we going?
As he sort of like holds his arm out for you to hook yours into, there's a interesting little bazaar at this town. It's a kind of a cultural melting pot for the north and the south. It has maybe some things we can use, or have people that know where I can get materials for by rune forging.
She'll nod and then she'll double back to go get the mask that she uses to keep her identity secret, like just to cover her face, and she'll start tying it on and nod and say, "Okay."
Is there anything in particular you need?
Now this is where Shelby needs to think if there's anything Nia needs. I don't think so. Nova, did Nia need anything? I'm so sorry. I'm coming into this so much great.
No, I'll let you decide that as you guys are walking and talking then.
Yeah,
and...
I don't believe I needed anything because I don't have the scale to reforge it yet.
Yeah.
So
I'm just going to throw this out there for one person in the chat who's asked. So this is season 4, but we have a thing where every season is more or less self-contained. There's ongoing threads, but they're not too hard to pick up on. And we have recaps on YouTube, so welcome, Hunter. Anyways, continuing on. You will be able to get some time to think as you walk around and look at stuff. This music got very loud for me. Shh, Mr. Flute Man.
It's very pretty flute, but very loud.
It is. It went from like nothing, just like slowly built up to ear piercing. Right. I mean, you all got weapons and armor now. Just, I feel like, despite the fact you all seen some shit, you're also surprisingly sheltered. Don't know much of the world or what it contains.
One time before I left home, when I was still trying to do what I was, they sent me away to Southern Continent. It's the first time I'd been away from home. I used to sail around a lot, but I never really left the boat. It's weird. I feel like I've been all over, but I don't know a lot of places.
Where did you said you went south? Where'd you start? As you guys are like getting off the boat and you're walking through town or towards the town through the jungle.
This is where I can't remember the name of the country I was in. It was the one towards the very south.
The colloquial known as the Kingdom of Two Suns has another name.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Kingdom of Two Suns.
They've been having some problems lately. Were you there when they were being affected by the war?
Gonna guess since I didn't know there was a war, then no. She'll shake her head. My going there was not exactly it wasn't like when I used to travel around before as a translator. We were going to, there's another village, sister village to mine. Half dragons kind of try to stay hidden, but we try to keep connected through a little network system. And part of my job as keeper was to be our voice in that networking system. So I was going to more or less be introduced to that village as the next face of mine. Okay. I don't really remember much of a war, but I was also transported there relatively secretly.
As you're walking through town, you can hear the sounds of combat clashing above you on this platform. You're kind of too close to underneath it to see on top of it. But as Tamel goes to say his next line to you, a body just impacts the roof above you and then flops to the floor. And this guy's just groaning, and you can see his shoulder is clearly dislocated and his forearm is snapped, and he's just rolling slowly on the floor back and forward.
And I go help. I have no healing, but I don't know what to do.
Smells like Graves like, that just kind of happens here sometimes. They have, most places have fighting pits. This has like a fighting stain. It's just
battle barge.
It gets a little nuts, to be honest.
I think Nia probably steps a little closer to Tamel hearing that. She has not had very nice memories of fighting pits and fighting arenas. And she just kind of like clearly wants to leave this place quickly. She's not comfortable here.
We can go walking through town and get things you need, or we could ascend and go to the temple and maybe you could ask for guidance. I know you used to be a person that believed.
I think I've got a lot of work to do before they'll accept me again.
He sort of, are you sure the hike could be good for you?
Do you really think so?
He sort of, again, loops his arm through yours and sort of starts walking towards the hill. You've been so focused on dragons and cultists and those bastards coming after you that there's a lot you haven't seen. Maybe a new perspective would help.
After a few minutes, she'll, I think, like thinking over, like weighing what he's proposing versus her own insecurity, she'll kind of tentatively nod and let him lead the way.
There's also delegations from other places in the High Temple. So you used to be someone that would rub shoulders with nobles and others. Maybe this will help get you back to being you.
Maybe.
And they'll just continue walking up the hill. It's big. It'll take you a little while.
Yeah, but I think Nia can handle it. Okay, I'm a strong girl.
It's not about
I'm
that.
a big
It's
girl.
more that you're from the mountains and used to the cold, and this place is like walking downhill. You're getting tired, dripping with sweat. Now you're going uphill. It's not pleasant.
That's also valid, but I'm gonna put up with it because, damn it, I survived Despair's trial. I can deal with this. I went 23 hours moving with fucking blades shooting at me. I think I can handle this.
Okay. Saren. You are asleep. And you wake up to a brief flash of purple. And you're back on the boat in bed.
Well, that's convenient.
Yakos just stands up and stretches like, stones can get uncomfortable.
Fair. Well, that was a lovely time. Thank you, I needed that.
He sort of like has a smile on his face, like he furrows his brow. Thank you, brain, for finding the words. And he goes and sticks his head out the window. He's like, what the fuck are they doing to my boat? There's always and if you go look, there's a couple paladins and priests like making general sort of motions with their hands, and the water is sort of swirling around the boat opposite to what the current should be currently.
Are they trying to push the boat out, or are they trying to make like big swirly?
No, they're trying to keep the boat in position here, so it can't leave if they want to. If you want to.
Okay. Right. Let's go deal with them. Let's go talk with them. What the fuck? Time to go out.
At this point, I'd say Ignis and Sloan are talking somewhere else, or are you guys on the deck?
We were on the deck when we last left off.
Okay. So, as you guys get ready, then move out to the deck, you'll see Ignis and Sloan in deep conversation, and these
crisscross applesauce.
Crisscross applesauce. Yep.
Yeah.
And you see these people just messing with the boat on the shore, and Yako goes to raise his voice and then turns his head and sees this not too big, very very thin really, elven woman sort of just squatting at the prow of the boat, and he just sort of freezes on the spot. Whispers to you, "Your friends have annoyed someone. Maybe we should figure out what exactly is going on? She's a slayer, and a good one at that."
Oh, you know her?
We've crossed paths, yes.
Insight check. Like to see if it's more than just like we've crossed paths.
Go for it.
Okay. It's 14 plus 2, so that's 16.
Yeah, it's just that it's more, but it's not what you're thinking.
No, I don't know what I was just like, I don't believe you. So but
I'll say that you can read from his face that she might have fought him in the past, or fought someone he's known, something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering. Okay. So we talk with her and not the magic people right now. Is that what I'm picking up?
She doesn't speak a lot. More just, if you hear her talk, she's probably about to kill you. So let's just
deal with the magic people.
Deal with the magic people, but for God's sake, don't do anything at all, really, to have her engage.
I don't know what I would do to have them engage, but okay.
He's also probably speaking loud enough so that anyone on the deck can hear at that point. As he says that, like, for God's sake, don't piss these people off.
So, yep, Saren's just gonna go to the magic people and just be like, excuse me, what's going on here? Is there a problem? Have we docked at a wrong port?
One of the paladins on the floor sort of steps forward. One of your men, well, maybe not a man, but one caused problems in town. Then another of some magical prowess annoyed the priest that was sent to talk to him. You can see he's choosing his words fairly carefully.
I see. What was the issues that my companions caused in town? Perhaps there was a misunderstanding?
That would be me.
Okay, and I believe that there might be a misunderstanding.
As far as I'm aware, we haven't broken any rules. And the fact that they wanted to drag us to a temple, and to be quite honest, given our penchant for having issues with people making us follow them into dangerous situations has caused us to want to return. And now they are actively trying to be even more annoying by detaining the ship that they shouldn't have detained. So congratulations, you've all made yourselves look even like bigger assholes.
Okay.
Yaku is going to lean close to your ear and just whisper, You do know that the people you've signed on with here are complete assholes, yes?
Oh, I am very aware that they are complete
No,
assholes.
he leans this to Saren. You can make a perception check if you wish to try to piece together what he's saying. Yeah, perception check or not? Arron.
Me?
Yeah, because you're the one. He's whispering so you don't hear it.
Oh, okay, yeah, no. I mean, I got a pretty good perception. 24.
Okay. Just don't catch what he says. Yeah, he rolled fairly high for his stealth for it to be like.
Sarah, like, has a look to where like she wants to say something about that, but like right now isn't really like the time to be like talking about it and whispering back in front of these people. So she's just like, okay, so what I've gathered here is that there has been a mistake that has occurred in your town, and we have probably disrupted or disrespected one of your rulings. And when you have confronted us to deal with it and take us to a place of law to speak of this, we further disrespected you. This is what I'm gathering from what I'm hearing.
Respect was a large part of it, yes.
Yes, I'm gathering that. Oh.
Rules were not necessarily broken but bent.
And I see.
When we wish to remove people from a area where a situation might occur, they refused. We were polite and just wanted to bring them to a place of safety to have a discussion, and they refused and threatened us.
I have made no threats.
Well, Ignis, let me handle this. But I see. Yes. Please allow me to deeply apologize for my companions. There has been many unfortunate events that have happened to us, so I believe that many of my companions have been on edge and distrusting, and so they probably misunderstood your goings here and thought that they were in danger or at threat. But I deeply apologize for that, and I understand your reactions here. And can you explain what you are doing to the boat currently with your magic?
Just making sure it can't leave.
I see.
Yako has been here before and has seen us do this to others. We have left one of your people wandering around the town. He seemed to be the most level-headed of the group.
Ah, that one. Yes. I believe that the only problem with him might just be some rude words. He's very blunt. But,
he was very polite.
To the right people, I think that you're the right people. So, that proves that. Now, will we have to be still speaking with those at the temple or one of the lawbearers here for what has occurred here? Or are we simply waiting for our companion to return so that we may leave your port?
I'm going to go up to Saren. I say, they were supposed to be here for a simple interview. Questions, answers, that's it. I was not expecting them to go this far.
Saren listens, but she just kind of waits for the paladin to answer.
Just more information.
We would prefer if your friends all came to the temple and had a discussion. I'm not in charge of any rulings, just being told to make sure that the ship stays here. The Dancer's a good ship. I do not want to see her damaged.
I appreciate that. I wouldn't either. Is there was a priest that was spoken to here before. Are they still around?
I believe that they are still in town.
In town. Okay. Well, would they be who we would be speaking with at the temple, or?
Again, I'm not sure. If you all gathered yourselves and went to the High Temple, maybe you could find out.
Well,
we have been told that Scarlet here is your watcher for the moment, making sure you do nothing wrong.
Understood. Well, I believe I understand the situation here, and we certainly will not be leaving port, especially without our companion, but as soon as he returns, we will go to the temple and deal with this as proper. Thank you for explaining the situation.
Just bows. Fairly low to you, actually. Respect. He sort of... Do you mind if I board the ship?
I look over to Yako because he's the owner of the ship, not me, so...
He waves a hand towards the edge and then sort of like curls it back and a glass appears and he just starts walking towards his cabin, drinking. Like, the day is hard enough. He didn't want to have to sit here and be under someone else's
I'm going to take that as a go ahead.
Yeah, and you can see the gangplank starts like extending out of the ship. And he sort of approached like, we understand that Etredale has had a significant amount of problems of late, and it's been some time since a touched has made their way here. Would you... He sort of seems a little bit bashful. Would you be able to give a blessing?
A touch? What does he mean by a touch? Hello? Just like, is there a role I can make to understand like what should I know what he's talking about?
Try to make a religion or history check. I think would be the best.
I'll make a history check because processing's like, excuse me, sir, what did you just go? Oh, that's a good roll. That's good. That is a 26.
As it touched by the gods, Asabar.
Ah, I see. Okay. Yep. All right.
He saw the hands and he was like, "Oh, I see."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, she will just be like, of course. And she's absolutely bullshitting this because she's never done something like this before, and but yep, she just thinking about her sword that is of Sayrene with these storms. She just thinks may the Mother of the Storms bless you with clear skies, easy journey, and fair weather and seas. And just kind of like, we'll try to focus to make a glowy happen. And just kind of like, and then like, do a little thing to like allow him to pass on to the ship.
What's it called when you create your glowing thing that you do?
I'm not gonna do the Asimar ability because that's gonna hurt him.
Well,
are you just casting light?
I can cast light.
Remind me what the ability does. Is what I'm asking, please.
I was more just focusing on my emotions to make my sword glow.
I understand that, but I'm just asking what that is.
Okay.
Okay.
It is called Radiant Consumption.
Mm-hmm. And it does X amount of damage when you do things?
Oh, when I activate it, but I'm not trying to activate
I know you're not
that.
activating. Just answer the question, Kelsey.
When they are in my area, they take 8 radiant damage.
Okay. So your hands glow, you cast a light which kind of like settles on him and creates this faint glow, and it starts off as like a radiant sort of light. And your hands are having like soft glow about them as you're kind of focusing on this. And then you'll see that glow around your hand starts to become small crackles of arc lightning between your fingertips up your arms. And the can anyone else hear my cat screaming?
The cat also gets blessing.
And the glow around him becomes this like lightning just like crackling around his body, and he sort of like stands up straight, like he's being a little invigorated. And I guess you're kind of left there just wondering what the fuck just happened.
And that's what I do, the whole like, you know, like allow on the ship, like I'm playing it off cool. It's like, yeah, I totally meant to do that. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. So make a performance check to see if you can play that off. It was cool.
I can do that. I like that, or like a deception, maybe.
No, we're gonna go with performance.
Okay, that's fine. I have high charisma at least. Yeah. Cool. 20. 16 plus 4? Yeah, 16 plus 4, 20.
Oh, close. Nice, okay. I rolled a 17, he has a +3, but I always rule in favor of the players when it matches in these scenarios. So he kind of like looks at you for a second, then he's like, oh, no, she knows what she's doing, and gets on the boat. And just sort of stands next to you, like very straight. He almost looks a little less tired from his constant magical shenanigans he's done to keep the boat there. Okay. Sloan, Ignis, what are you guys doing?
Hanging my head in shame.
After having that conversation, just goes back to Sloan and sits back down. If you wish to continue having the conversation we were already having a conversation about, I wouldn't mind.
I made a mess, Ignis.
I mean, I feel like that's a common thing that happens with adventurers, but I mean, yes, you did make a mess. That's the obvious thing. However, how do you intend to clean it up is often the better question. Because you can't be sorry now. If you wanted to be sorry, you should have been sorry to start with and then not apologize later. But
I've been saying apologies in my head, but nobody's hearing them.
perhaps saying them helps a little bit better. When people hear sincerity, they feel a little bit better around you.
Maybe when we go to this temple, I can answer their questions and be honest.
I feel like that would put you into greater danger. But I would also consider the fact that it might end up putting more people in danger. Should they find what you possess or whatever it is going on within you, that they might turn violent. And the last thing you need is more stress and pain. You need answers.
But I need to explain why I am the way that I am.
And I don't deny that. So, I think I will stick by you this entire trip. And if you ever feel like you are getting stressed, or if you feel like somebody might want to hurt you, or if you feel like you need to unleash that unbridled rage, I want you to ask if whether or not it is the right time to do so, and then point that bloodlust to the threat. Because I believe you can do it. And if you, for a moment, believe that you can't, well, then believe in me. Because I do believe in you.
She smiles at that. It will not be easy.
Well, nothing in life ever is.
That is true.
It's what we decide to do in our hardships makes what we do worth it.
I need to start fixing the way I handle hardships.
And I will be there to help. Because we can never do anything alone, truly.
Thank you, Ignis.
You're welcome.
This paladin is just watching the exchange and then leans closer to you, Arron. Is she aware that there is a fiend inside her?
Sadly, it was a very unfortunate situation.
He's just like lost for words, trying to find something to say. It makes... I can sense its power. This is bigger than anything I've ever seen. I don't know if it can be extracted from her safely.
Well, we're still gonna try to find a way to.
I'm going to take this information to my superiors. You should get your friends to the temple as quickly as possible.
As soon as our elven companion arrives back, we'll make way.
Okay. And he sort of very obviously with the walk stance a little bit scared, like they're walking quickly, constantly looking over their shoulder, doing almost anything they can to like break into a run. As a paladin, he's kind of got that resistance to terrifying things, but even he's kind of a little bit shaken at the moment.
As soon as he's kind of like gone and like out of like ear leg shot of me or anything, like he's going off the ship.
Mm-hmm. There's still
as
two priests and a paladin on the ground doing things outside. He's just heading back to town.
So as soon as like he's in the town and like it's just us on the top of the deck, Sarah's just like, okay, fucking Christ, and just goes over to Ignis and Sloane. I'm sorry about that display and having to bypass what you were saying. I just acting for the best so then we don't get into more shit here.
I'm sorry you had to do that because of me.
Well, I don't really know what happened. So what's
It wasn't good.
There's a slightly proud face on Ignis. Like Ignis's face is like, she did it. She said it out loud. Yes.
Given circumstances and things that I know, I don't blame you. Not you, but anyways. But I do believe
circumstances presented. I was probably in a little bit more of a notion to try and make sure that the situation did not end up worse than it was. And in my end of the apologies, I did let the more fiery end of my attitude get the better of me. But in the sake of trying to protect everyone as well as our well-formed ally, I thought it best to try and get us out of the situation as soon as possible without being surrounded by paladins, priests, and the like.
Yes, I'm guessing that some of the talks didn't really sit well with you, and they probably felt insulting or dangerous for you, which I know that you get defensive about.
It is the usual notion that they were trying to get us to go somewhere when many things could have been explained at the moment. Albeit, yes, the scene was not made for such a conversation. Simple questions and answers could have been more pertinent at that moment. But yes, I had grown frustrated with them trying to get us to move to a place against our better interests.
Yes, sir. Well, we'll be going to the temple either way, so then we can try to settle this as fast and everything. Sloan, you can apologize there again. I forgive you, but they are the ones that are slighted. And if anything, I would ask to maybe leave a bit of talking to me.
I do want to explain.
Okay. Wake up, Sean. It's your turn.
We should. I was gonna say we definitely should go together. I prefer not us being separated.
So, Auric, what you doing, buddy?
I could have swore that I was going to be going to the temple anyway.
Yep. But they're all waiting for you, and you don't have to be like, "Oh, Meta, I know that they're waiting for me. I'll go back." You can just finish in town, walk up the hill. Yeah.
Well, I was still with the priest.
I think you were going to buy some stuff and get a few things.
Yes. Yeah. Well, he was gonna show me around to find those things. So is he still with me?
So as you can see down this way, we have a assortment of trinkets, amulets, sorts of things from all over the world. We have only a small supply shop for magics. Is there anything in particular you want?
Yes. Something perhaps you can provide. Perhaps your temple even has it. Incense. Ivory.
We don't use ivory. We have a substitute. We use carved pearls taken from the deep. We communicate with the kingdoms at the bottom of the sea. It works just as well. It costs about the same. If that's something you wish, we can provide that. We don't burn incense here either. We use oil-infused waters. Again, it's similar for our rites, but I'm not sure if it'll help you.
And it's worth experimenting with.
Currently, there is a delegation of different nations up at the temple. You're free to come and go, listen as you please. We will not be forcing your friends off the island. They will be waiting for you on the boat, and we still have things we wish to know about. So if you want to, you can follow me to the temple and sit in there. I believe that we have 3 separate delegations from Etredale. One from the Adorans, one from Duskfall and the dwarves and humans there. We have for the first time ever, a lich representing the Deadlands. There is
Interesting.
Some from the Abura Sin, some from Chiron. There's many nations discussing the futures they wish to shape. Since we're a little more impartial here than the nobles' court at Duskfall. Have you been to Duskfall before?
Yes, I have.
No, they have a fairly hard stance against magic, yes?
Oh, I know.
Well, we refuse to bow to such rulings. We would not be able to live this seaborne life as peacefully and easily as we do without ignoring them. We don't need their minerals. We don't need what they have. And they hate that they have no power here.
Respectable position. Wise one. The only logical.
Yes, our God provides for us.
Less logical, but understandable.
He sort of puts a hand on your shoulder and looks you in the eyes like, if you had seen what I had seen, you'd believe it's logical. Many faiths are believing without seeing. We have the privilege of being different.
Well, this world is not a world of belief, it's a world of faith. You'd be a fool if you don't believe. But you're also a fool if you have faith.
Maybe one day you will have faith in what I do.
If you've seen what I've seen, you would not have faith.
I believe we could have just 2 extra logical people just chatting to each other, not getting annoyed at each other either. We should take this conversation to the temple. Is there anything you wish to get from here?
I suppose before I leave I would check in with... Do you have any enchanters or any kind of magic that is magical items?
We do. What is it you're looking for?
My companions and truthfully myself do desire more protection. But also, if you have anything that is also a containing, something that can contain, shackle, bind.
We do. It's just to pause that. Thanks for the raid, Albert in. We do. It's more along the paths of necromancy. We disallow nothing here. So we are harsh on... To be more accurate, we do not disallow any magics or owning of items. However, you cannot use these to harm anyone here. We do have the means
dream of that.
To create soul cages, if that's what you are looking for. For you to trap things in.
Yes, I'd be very interested in that.
I might have a proposition for you then. Let us walk and talk. And he starts heading towards the temple.
Oric would summon Gladstone.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the ship. Alert the others of whatever they are doing there. But just go to the ship. I'll be at the temple.
Okay. He pops into existence on the floor and almost gives you like a little mock salute with his owl wing, and then flies off. Doesn't say a word to you.
Oric does not pay much heed to him at all, besides his orders.
Ah, familiar. Interesting.
Yes.
And he sort of holds up a hand. It's like snake made completely of water. Wraps itself from one wrist around his shoulder and rests the back of its head on his other hand.
Oh.
Interesting creatures, are they not?
Bit chatty.
This one isn't. Depends where you get them from, I guess.
You know, when you bind through a pact, creature of the Fae, suppose you should assume there will be some levels of irritation.
Why on earth would you bind with a Fae creature when elementals are so much more subservient?
I was young.
We all were once. And he just kind of keeps walking up the hill. And as you start getting close to the temple, you can see that Tamel is up there. He's holding Nia behind him, and there is 3 angry Goliaths just yelling down at Nia.
I'm sorry, what's happening? Excuse me, you're not going to put me through this. You're going to put me through this.
It's more or less, you took our son, where is he? Being yelled down at you.
Nia's not staying there if that's what they're saying to her. She's going to run away. She is in no state to handle this. If Tamel holds her there, she'll stay, but she's not going any closer to that fucking temple.
He's got your hand, and he's going to hold you here, and he's just going to whisper, remember, they can't do anything to you here. You're safe. We do need to be inside here. I'll get them out the way. Don't worry.
She looks small and terrified and guilty, but she lets him do what he's trying to do.
As the priest starts approaching, they just shut up because they know the rules here. Well, since you've made your way to town, Oric, seems things have been more lively here. Is this another one of yours?
Yes. They're both companions of mine in the ship. You see, when you travel with such history, it tends to liven wherever we go. Nia, we still need to talk at some point.
She doesn't even hear you. She doesn't respond, doesn't say anything.
Much like my other companions. History.
It does seem illogical for a man of such intelligence and learning to surround himself with so many emotionally unstable individuals.
Well, if I limited my companions to only those of logical ends, given my business, I don't think I'd have any companions, because it's very unwise to travel with me.
You get a faint smile from the priest, and he sort of raises his hand to the Goliath, and they all sort of step aside. You, young girl, old man, follow us in, please. And he walks towards the temple doors.
If Tamel goes, I go with him.
Okay.
And I can't look up at these two Goliaths. I can't meet their gaze.
There's actually three. There's a father, or a man, a woman, and what looks to be like a 28-year-old Goliath who looks very, very similar to one that you've known in the past.
And just so I'm clear, Arron told me he ran away from his family, like I did.
Mm-hmm.
Did he ever tell me why?
Not that you can remember.
Cool. I have his journal on me.
As you... yes?
Did the rest of us... Was there Arron? Is there any... Can Oric make any connections here, given...
I definitely told you guys that Arron was a Goliath who used to wear a bandana that I gave him.
Okay, and, I wanted to double check to make sure I knew that he was a Goliath. Well, granted, we did kill him. So you saw
him die. You know what he was.
Yeah. Okay. So I do think this is probably a logical step. But Nova,
you can say, I'm saying you're smart enough to put together what's going on. They're also yelling in common, so you'll know what they're saying. Mm-hmm. So if you want to make any comments as you walk past them, go nuts.
No, Oric's not going to. It's not that concerning.
Thank you. Please don't get me killed by these three, okay?
No.
Okay. So as you all...
I mean, unless they ask him.
No. As you all move in, there's a chamber on the left, which as the doors open, it's very loud. As it closes, it's completely silent. Almost like there's a silence spell on the area, and they have that's where all the delegations are, and they're discussing things. You can hear words of trade and war and different themes being thrown around in there. And your person says, you can either join the chaos of politics in there, maybe learn some things, or you can follow me to one of the smaller rooms off the side of the Great Temple. We shall, when all of your allies join us, meet you there.
Well, I think I will listen for a few moments. Wait for them.
Okay. So, back to the boat as an owl arrives and just starts pecking at you, Sloane. Okay.
Oh, looks like somebody's here for a message.
What is it?
He opens his mouth and it just stays open, and you hear Oric's voice just be played back to you of, and then he looks directly at you, Sloane, and you get this very obvious thing of him like rolling his eyes and looking like he hates being used this message shit.
Get it.
He points his wing up to the temple.
I understand.
He's gonna sit on your shoulder and just wait.
Screeches.
Just right in the neck.
I think this is Oric's way of telling us to go to the temple.
Yep. Well, should we make our moves now or should we make them later?
I think it's better to do it now.
Yeah.
As long as you are all comfortable, I have no discretions.
Oh, I am very uncomfortable, but it has to be done.
Okay.
Fair.
I will have our break right about now, so you'll pick up again at the temple, and you will maybe hear some things, Ori. We'll see how things go. Very RP heavy so far. I'm hoping there's no combat, because that would be bad in the place like no fighting, and then Sloane just starts killing people again. My rabbit is yeeting around.
I'm honestly less worried about Sloane and more worried about the 3 fucking Goliaths outside that think I stole their son.
The good thing is they're not going to be able to subtly do anything with you. They're not going to be like, oh, we'll just go stab you, because they're giant fucking Goliaths.
Yes,
anyways,
but
can I get everyone just
Arron's
to wave?
dead.
Because we're going to be right back. See you in like 5 minutes.
Bye.
Hi everyone, and the most entertaining part of coming back here was Shannon having a mouthful on a fork and just be like, oh shit,
Did you miss Sean's epic waving? Come on.
And then I knocked all my models over because I had a very messy desk.
Good job.
Anyways, hi Shro, hi Swartown Creepy, hi everyone, we are back. Most of the party is heading towards the temple. Some of the party is already in the temple. Within the temple, they are still separated, as Nia is sitting in a quiet corner alone.
Having a panic attack.
Yep.
What's happening?
And Auric has been listening to, I don't know if anyone's seen videos of Australian Parliament, but just that. It's just screaming and people calling each other names. And it's not great. It's a travesty. But as you're sort of sitting there, this tall man in long green robes sort of walks into the center. You still have not made any headway against what is to come. Why? Why has it been ignored? And the assembly just kind of goes quiet. This man has a sense of presence, and you can feel this magical power sort of leaking out of him. It's probably the greatest sort of point of magic you've ever been around, and that includes when you saw Sips annihilate several things all at once. You feel like he has 10 times the power still within him. And no one sort of speaks up. They all sort of look a little nervous back and forward. I was a duskfall. I said to come and meet me, and we would forge a path together to stop the horsemen. No one came. Is any here brave enough to put aside your pathetic squabbles and differences and try to save what is left of this world? The Marius stepped forward, and he's not one you recognize, Auric, but he has sort of that pompous dickhead air about him. And he's like, well, if the illustrious members of the lesser houses would just fall in line. And you can see this man in green just sort of like glares at him. This is exactly the issue. Everyone wishes to be in charge. Have any of you seen combat? Have any of you been fighting what is out there? And he sort of just waits to see if anyone raises their hand or steps forward.
Does this the impression the priest gave Oric was the impression he gave that I'm just sort of like, hey, just listen?
No, you can talk. You don't necessarily have to say that you're representative of any one thing, but given that you were warned, he was warned of you being a belligerent, you have been looked into a little bit, so he knows that you're not a. He knows that you're a player in the great game, so to speak.
I see. The priest knows that.
Yes.
Okay.
So you are allowed to speak here. He wouldn't have let you walk in there if, you weren't allowed to.
That makes sense. I think Oric wouldn't. I think while he's saying all of this, Oric is not just standing in the back anymore. I think he's sort of pacing around, kind of almost like walking around everyone. Mm-hmm. He himself almost looking to see if any of them what their reactions are. He's looking at what the leaders' reactions are, how they seem to be taking this, besides the Marius and their pompousness.
You see a skeletal figure, very tall, and I do mean like actual skeleton here.
Yeah, this is the Lich.
He sort of floats out and stops in the middle. I propose an end to our wars. No more ground taken. Nothing ceded either. Put on pause until this crisis ends. We have the cults raising Tiamat at one end, and your horsemen at another. And he's sort of like, as hard as it is for a skeleton to grin, you get the feeling that he is.
Yeah.
No, I do not see what is so bad about death for everyone. It would leave us as the rulers of this world, all marching in step, finally at peace. But Tiamat will turn us all to dust. It's time we came to a decision. What is the bigger threat? Tiamat or the horseman? And at this point, the priest that you were with, who's been keeping an eye on you, like, as you finish your first circle, he sort of like stands up, he's like, there's actually one other issue. And it is something that we are actively seeking help with. Some of our lesser enemies have noticed that there are weaknesses between planes and have been working to resurrect the children of Titans, who in turn will raise the Titans themselves. It does seem like the end of times is here. The great battles will start soon, and we do need to see where we will throw our support, who we can communicate with. As long as some survive, our culture survives. Knowledge, history. In this, I believe that we should stand with whatever the Elven Empire believes is best. As some of the first people to walk this world, they have a breadth of history like no one else. And you can see some people nodding, some people shaking their heads, whispering to each other. They're not happy. The Lich seems to start smoking gently, like just a bit of black inky smoke pouring out of his robe, and then like as he sort of notices that he's getting annoyed, he sort of makes it stop. Do you want to cut in here or just see how this keeps going?
I think he's gonna just keep listening.
Okay. The rest of the party would be arriving at the temple doors. You can make a decision, and what I'm gonna let you do is, every time I finish talking as someone, you can just start either cutting in to show that you're in this room, or you've gone over to where Nia is to say hi to her. So the Lich sort of, I believe that is against my God's judgment. He will not allow us to cede power to the elves. As we said, everything on pause. We can work together, but no one stands above another, especially those who live on unnaturally. And he looks to the elves at that.
I walk in and hear this.
Mm-hmm.
And I point out to the Lich. Holy shit. It's pot. And they're the cattle.
And you are? Who do you represent?
As I do a very snide bow. My name is Ignis Brimlight. I represent myself.
Well, as someone with no power here, maybe you would sit down and listen to your betters.
Well, nobody seemingly has the better of me in this moment.
The priest.
It's just nothing but smug.
Yeah. The priest moves to you, Oryx, like, it might be better if you found a way to keep your more provocative members quiet. He's not a diplomat.
Can I reach over to this person?
He's like, you've come in at the bottom. You have to you're meant to be finding a seat. You're still on the ground. He's kind of opposite and up on like the third or fourth tier.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with it. It's just snide, smug. I think it's kind of funny to watch a Lich talk about unnatural life extension. Please forgive me. I love commentary of irony, but please do proceed. I am actually here on a separate course of business. Looking back at the rest of my party.
Oric would whisper over to the priest. Might be entertaining to see his faith tested.
Gracious nods, and the Lich sort of raises himself to be sort of equal to the top tier of this, auditorium. And he starts circling slowly. Not many here understand the true nature of the elves and other races. The natures of life and death have been laid bare by my deity. I know we seem evil to you, but we are righting long past wrongs. We will turn no more. We will raise no more without your permission. We will fight with you. But do not test us. We have played by the rules laid down for 500 years. And we could snuff you all out if we broke them. Do not test us. The man in green sort of sits there and he's like almost agreeing, just like nodding along with the Lich, who seems to be the only one talking any real sense in this about putting everything aside, all their bullshit. It's the shorter lived races that are actually arguing the points. Humans almost the worst, being the ones that want to make a mark, and you can just hear the bullshit flying back and forward about how you can't trust elves and dwarves are greedy and this and that. It's just crap. It's just all their, deep ingrained mistrust of anyone that's not their small clan. Auric, have you seen enough, or do you want to stay? What would you like to do?
I mean, I think Auric is mostly fixated on the man in green at this point. I think he just wants to see what he does, just for a moment, see if he does anything else, and if it's just people talking still after that, then I think Auric would leave.
Okay, he'll say one more thing, which is just, there is only one man who knows more than I about what is happening. But we are enemies from a long time ago, and he will not see past it. If anyone here has the sense, seek out the brother of the Banshee Queen, the Mother of Storms. There's not much time left. And he sort of just sits down in the front row, listening in.
I always hate the politics.
Is there a open seat next to him by any chance?
You could probably ask for one. Also, at this point, if Ignis has arrived, Sloane and Saren have. Where are you?
I'm kind of just standing a little bit behind Ignis and just kind of like waiting my turn patiently to say my piece. Not quite sure when to hop in.
Okay. There's a little bit like everyone's kind of talking amongst themselves from it. No one else has taken the podium. So if anyone else wants to take to the center, now is the time.
I look at Saren.
Well, this wasn't the conversation I was expecting to come in on.
Me neither. To be 100% fair, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a part of the interview or do they want a public apology. What the hell is even going on here? I feel so disjointed. How persuasive are you? I'm actually going to ask now. How persuasive are you? Are you looking at the 5 to 7, 7 to 10?
On a scale of 1 to 20, how persuasive are you?
I'm pretty damn persuasive when I need to be.
Yes, but can I get like a number on that?
On a number, I would say about
This is terrible. This is the most metagamey shit I've ever seen.
Like trying to gauge somebody's persuasive, like in game.
Like above a 14.
Okay.
You've seen her talk her way through some things, so you know that she's pretty persuasive.
Oh yeah.
Actually, not even that. Actually, like 24.
Okay, so it's like that rogue-like expertise. Okay. I think you should definitely take the fucking podium. Because I feel like you might be able to speak some relatively good reasoning and also apologize for the disturbance. And then looking at Sloan, then we will have you apologize. Just say, I am sorry. I did not mean for that.
I know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, okay.
I know what I'm going to say.
Okay, perfect. This is the best laid plan.
You're all here.
Yes.
Yeah, as you kind of walk down, you see that he was at the front where you could see him, but you couldn't see the rest kind of just behind a little bit. And there is, if you want to go sit next to the man in green, he's got no one on one side of him right now, and a sort of grumpy looking dwarf on the other, who is like just looks. No one has ever looked unhappier to you. He has a little chain around his neck which has an anti-magic rune, and it's just like fizzing because he's sitting next to the magic man. So he's very grumpy. And Kazu, the green man, has a slight smug smile on his face, like he's known exactly where he's sitting.
Yeah. Before I will go over and sit next to him, but before I do that, I would look to my group here and. What are you all doing here?
We were here for a fucking interview. And apparently, it is a public apology.
No, this is a different event. This is just a gathering of minds. Relevant to our own pursuits. They are talking about the cult and the horsemen. But no, the priest wanted to talk to you elsewhere. Nia is waiting in another room.
Well, then let's get the priest and get the fucking goddamn...
I'm interested in this, though.
It is very relevant.
Relevant doesn't maybe there are...
Go.
No. There are prior circumstances that need to be handled now before we start throwing ourselves into the annal of all this. This is politics I do not do. And I'm all like, try to look for this priest. So have him come down. We'll talk with him. You guys can handle all this, yes?
Yes.
All right, molto bene.
The priest has been sort of like just standing nearby listening, and he's just going to lean into you and be like, they're going to call the session for the day in about 30-40 minutes. If you wish to stick around that long, you can. But with how difficult it was to get this session together, there may not be another for weeks or months.
Then do what you have to do. I will sit outside with my friend and I will continue having personal long conversations with my ally. How does that sound?
It's fair.
Yes.
Molto bene. And I turned to Sloan. I feel like we haven't finished having long conversations about our feelings. So, and I point out towards the door.
Sloan, make a perception check for me as you just kind of be sitting there looking around the room a little bit.
Sure. Just move my chocolate
Move your
sauce.
snacks.
You said perception, right?
Mm-hmm.
10.
There's a man in the room you recognize, but you have no idea where from. The key
I look
part
harder.
is that he has only one arm currently.
Did you rip it off?
I think that's what
It's likely.
Very likely. I don't remember. I don't remember whose arm I ripped off.
You've ripped a lot of arms off, to be fair.
And heads. Ignis, do you know this? As we're walking out, I'll point him out. Do you know who this is? It looks very familiar, and I cannot put my finger on it.
Do I know this man? Did I see him before?
Just seems to point out a old, worn-out half-elf.
God, if I try to remember.
You don't know who he is.
Okay, so...
Saren? It's really bothering me. Who is this person?
Now it's my turn. Do I recognize them?
You make a history check.
Okay.
I totally thought when you had Ignis look, I thought you were going to say, here's an empty chair.
23. I did too.
Occasionally, there were delegations from mountain clans that would come down and talk to people in Etredale. He looks familiar. He used to travel. You think he used to travel with the sun?
So, someone from a mountain clan used to. I don't see his son with him.
Being a mountain boy, could I narrow down which clan?
They tend to be fairly reclusive. You haven't been really in the politics game, which is the only reason I gave her a history check, because she's a noble. So
well, I'm from the mountains of Etredale. That's the reason why.
Yeah, this guy is not from the mountains of Etredale.
Other mountains.
Other mountains. Oh boy.
I
have no idea who that is. No.
Got a sword in his hip. But you can't really tell much, I guess. You're not there, Nia. You have to wait.
I wanted to ask how long I've been sitting there, but fine.
As long as this conversation's been happening.
He might be from around the areas when you were part of your roaming family.
Make another make a history check there, Sloan, to see if you remember anything based on that.
Oh, I having -1 to history, but I rolled a natural 20. Oh, nice.
You have
the best she can get.
Distinct memory of breaking open a case that held the weapon that you hold, killing a man, and then someone yelling, "No, my son," before you brought your weapon down on their shoulder.
Oh, shit. And that's what Sloan says. Oh, shit.
And he is staring at you.
Shit. Can we go outside?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go outside.
You go.
I turn her and...
Oh, no, or it doesn't say that. Sean said that.
No, I'm like, you go.
Yeah.
No.
Because I'm also just like, I have enough intelligence.
Yeah. And we both kind of just leave out and
do we know
what
that
I would have
Nia's
made
here?
you.
Yes, I told you Nia's here.
Yeah.
Well, do we know where Nia is? Because that's right.
I told you she's in the another room.
And
side room.
As you walk away, you just hear the spirit within you say, "Not unlike you to leave a job unfinished, mortal."
Shut up.
Eh? I haven't said anything.
No, it's not you.
Oh.
Stupid voice in my head.
Oh, you too?
So, for those in the room still, we'll finish this up before we move on to the Nia area. So, what do you guys want to do?
Oric would look to Saren and say, well, you look like you've calmed down since our last conversation.
Yes. Apologize for that. You sparked a bad memory, and I acted out on that, which was childish. I apologize.
Surprising. Well, respectable. The man in green emanates power, magic. He speaks with the authority of those with some semblance of divinity or augury or other means of seeing beyond. He was asking for those who have fought great enemies, the horsemen, the colt. None here spoke up, unsurprisingly. May be useful to our shared goal.
I agree with that. What do you think about what I'm assuming Lich says about ceasing all the wars? I think that might be beneficial as well with everything.
It would be wise. Make travel easier. Don't like dealing with conflicts of these nations.
So, I take it that you have interest in speaking with the Grain Man.
Yes.
How about you handle that, and I can have a word with the, court about ceasing some wars. I might be able to convince.
You have the most authority to speak in the circle of us all.
Very well.
Okay. Before you address, I'll let the others have some roleplay time since it's getting close towards the end. So, Nia, you are sitting there, just being sad. Standard.
I'm counting, trying to calm down. Okay, Nia's trying to practice healthy mental health exercises.
Okay, and Samel is just sitting there whittling away at a piece of wood when Ignis and Sloane walk in.
Very calmly, very patiently too.
Well, you might be. My eyes are wide.
Oh.
Just like wide and just kind of, her hands are on her head, just like.
Nia I imagine she's sitting kind of leaning her head against Tamel's arm as he's whittling, and she's just counting under her breath, taking deep breaths.
And I'm just like, it's okay, breathe.
I know who that is, but I don't want to tell her, but I think I need to tell her.
Do you consider what you need to tell a part of a mess you have made?
Yes.
Then how do you intend to fix it?
You have to talk a bit louder there, Arron, you're getting picked up.
Then how do you intend to fix it? Because honesty is a virtue. Believe me, I get it.
I think it's easier if I just say it.
Then
That sounds so simple, but
then use patience with your words. Choose them carefully.
I wish I could just write it down.
You want to know what? I know how to write. And I pull out one of my small parchment papers and okay. I will assist in writing down anything you tell me. And then with you, I will help you with notes. I'll use them as flashcards. I'll speak them to you so that way it helps with the process, makes things easier. Oh, hey, Nia.
She kind of finally looks up at both of you. And she doesn't, she gives like a little wave. Nia looks distressed.
Just and
Equally looks stressed out. I'm currently balancing stressed people right now. So I'll add you to the juggle if you wish to talk.
I turn to you, Ignis, to tell you like what to write down, and then I just
yes.
But I then just word vomit. Nia, your father is here.
She jumps up to her feet. What?
All right, so that was definitely
Where? Son, where?
Use your words.
It's in the other room.
I take off.
No. They're in the middle of the meeting.
Tamel sort of like didn't you say he was dead? And like sort of like starts walking after you.
Yep. No, she's full on sprinting. Tiny child is sprinting off into that room.
Okay.
I don't think that was the best way to...
No,
I guess we're transitioning the scene back again.
I mean, if we could sit on.
Tell me my dad's here.
Yeah. I'll give you a minute or so. Go for it.
Okay. And with Nia having left the room,
it just came out. I had to tell her, and it.
Yes, you did. You did the right thing. Believe it or not.
Did I? Because she just ran out of the room, and she's about to go burst into the room.
She's probably really happy to see her father.
Did you see her face? That did not look happy.
I mean, shock and.
To be fair, you could only see her eyes, Sloan.
Sloane's very perceptive with eyes. Thank you very much. She can't read books, but she can read people.
If it makes you feel any better, I mean, would you be shocked if you found out that your parents were alive?
Yes, but I don't think I would just go running in. I would want to, what's the word? Think about it, process. I would think to process.
Yes. Yeah, okay. So yes, process. But I imagine with Nia's circumstances and all that has happened with her, I think.
Ignis, I cut off his arm.
You kind of did, yeah.
No, I'm telling you, I did. I didn't did. I did.
Okay, so you cut off his arm, and you were going to kill him.
Attacked. I killed other people in that village. I stole the sword from them. This is a mess.
Yes, it is a mess, but I'm gonna try and center you. We can fix this. And
how?
We try and find the middle ground. We're going to compartmentalize every instance.
I don't know what that word means.
Sometimes even I don't. We're going to try and...
And why use it?
You're actually quite right about that. We're going to try and take this piece by piece. Something broken, we're going to piece it back together with the right methods and the tools. So...
There's so many pieces.
Exactly. Which is why we're going to sit and consider a plan to put this back together. I'm going to let you catch your thoughts, and then I will introduce methods of fixing this, yes?
Okay.
Molto bene. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to sit down, Sloan, and we're going to discuss everything on how to help in this situation.
And we're sitting crisscross applesauce.
Yes.
Feel free to text each other back and forward as much as needed in our Discord chat so that you guys can plan for when you enter the room. But right now,
yes,
Nia, because it would have happened pretty soon after, Auric and Saren have this conversation about what they're gonna do, and as she's kind of like moving into the middle, and Auric's about to go talk to the Green Man, the door just fucking slams open, and there's Tiny Tot looking across, and
I've taken the mask off, by the way. So my face is
your
really
father stands up and then takes a deep breath and just sits back down.
Can I insight to see if I can see what his reaction was? I want to know, is it anger? Is it relief? Is it frustration?
Sure.
That's a 19.
Yes.
Every emotion at once, at the same time.
But you're saying I saw relief on my dad's face. I saw what I would construe as a positive emotion to him seeing me.
Yes. There's a lot of negative there as well, but if that's what you want to...
I have known nothing but rejection from my father my entire fucking life. If I see even the faintest bit of positivity, I would like to go discuss something with my dad.
So do you just walk through the assembly as this is like to go talk to him?
I see where he's sitting, and is there a spot next to him that is free?
Not at the moment.
Does he have any? How far away is he?
He's second tier, far side, so it'll take you a minute to work your way around to him.
I will not barge my way. I try to carefully make my way through, but I'm going to talk to my fucking dad. Yeah, I'm going to talk to my fucking dad. I have not seen this man in 5 years. I'm going to talk to my dad.
As you get around, as you walk up and start walking around, you can see that he is sitting next to a woman that he's actually holding the hand of, who has a 2-year-old girl in her arms.
I don't know who my mom was, so that's not her.
Keep making your way around?
Yeah.
Ooh, gasp, family drama. Sorry, just looked at the chat.
Yeah, no. Listen,
Okay, so you're moving around, Sarah, and you get to the center of this thing. After the entire auditorium is just watching Nia move around because she slammed the door open and she's come running in, and it's giving you a chance to get to the center without really being noticed too much. It's up to you if you just want to have let them watch this all unfold, or you want to try to get the attention of the auditorium.
I mean, I would, but I also want to give Shelby some more roleplay time.
Yeah, I'll be doing that. I just want to know what you're doing right now.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go into the center because it's just like, man, fuck it, I'm still going to talk to you motherfuckers. So
I imagine like Shelby's conversation probably happens. This is all happening simultaneously.
Yeah. So I'm just imagining. Yeah. So do you like in the middle to like get attention or?
Oh yeah, she's just gonna like kind of looks around and then she probably does that really loud like whistle that I cannot do and will not try to attempt.
I wish I could do so.
I did it and my mic is on mute. This is great.
So you whistle. Do you know what? Actually, make a performance check to see like just how loud this whistle is.
Fuck! What are you gonna do this?
It's like old school D&D to be like
old school
skill
D&D.
checks for small things.
I mean, it's a 14.
All right, you didn't fail. You get people's attention. You just didn't draw over your fingers or break the fucking windows as you've whistled, but whistle and you get the attention of most people. There's a few people still looking up at Nia.
I'll be talking loud enough for them to get their asses to look at me. So
Nia, you make your way down. You're like, excuse me, as you get through, and you're standing in front of your father. or you're like a little bit next to, with his partner next to him, and on the other side is a looks to be a young kobold.
Question. The woman he's with, is she anyone I've ever seen before? Anyone from my village?
Nope.
As she's walking through, she's gathering her thoughts. And when she comes up, I'm guessing he's looking at me, probably a lot of different looks on his face. She just says, I never should have left. There's...
He looks up at you. I agree.
Exon took it.
You see his face fall. Hexen's alive.
But you know the Cult of the Dragons?
Yes.
He's with them.
Why?
Because they told him that they could give him his birthright. So they came for me. I didn't know what happened. I didn't know about the village.
How could you have known? You left us defenseless.
I was running away from him. I heard you, both of you, that night. He was going to try and take it. You know I couldn't defend myself from him.
He's gonna just... I don't remember what you... What?
I heard you had an argument with him the night I ran away. He was screaming at you to redo the ritual, to take it from me, to kill me and give it to him.
It's not possible. I wouldn't have done that.
I didn't believe it.
Your brother was always prideful.
My brother always beat me. Every single day I had bruises from him.
During sparring?
Sparring that didn't stop when we were supposed to. How many times could I not get up?
Maybe we were too hard on you.
I didn't want to run away.
But you also... He looks at your arm. You know that your enemies don't give you a chance to just get up and make things fair. You might not have liked him. He might not have liked you. But I guarantee he's the reason you're alive.
He traded me to them. The only reason I'm alive is because people came for me.
I don't know the full story from after you left. I don't know what he did, or why he did it. I can make theories, but really... The ball was in motion. Long ago, beyond your decisions, beyond his decisions, beyond mine. I was the one they sent out to towns and kingdoms to talk. with your mother. I knew what was coming. Your uncle refused to believe it. Believing a soft hand is what was needed. Look where that's got us.
I don't think anyone listened to Uncle, and that's why we're here.
You're too young to remember. You were, anyway.
I don't remember anything about Mother.
Well, that's probably for the best. Your uncle held a lot of sway. And really, listening to him was the problem. He was the keeper. He knew better. Everything the keeper wants is obviously the right. 2 generations have proven that wrong now.
Is it my fault? Or is it the environment I was born in?
Again, you are a child of circumstances beyond your control. I've stopped blaming you a long time ago. Your uncle caused this. He looks down and he actually takes the robe off, and you can see that the hit him quite high on the side and carved through, and there's just this black weeping mess that's bandaged up from years ago. It's still tainted from the blade.
Nia is going to take off one of her gloves, showing her prosthetic hand.
I can't fight anymore.
But I can. I may not have been as good as Hexen or Savrith.
Doesn't matter how good you are. You had the soul. Or you did. Now I lead the clans. All of them.
I don't think the dragon is gone. They did something to it. I can't explain it. But I think Hexen has a part of it that I need to take back.
He sort of reaches down with his one good arm and just sort of strokes his sleeping daughter's hair out of her face. And you can see that as he's doing it, you look at her and she's actually got her own platinum scale. So every time I look at Kelsey and the face she's pulling, it's just trying not to laugh. She's so disgusted by this guy. You has not gone. Find it. Bring it back. Right the wrongs of the keepers. Be part of our family again.
I don't want to be part of your family again.
Well,
I've learned that everything that this family ever did was not family. I was raised like a soldier, not a daughter. And while I am very happy to know that my entire family isn't dead, I just wanted to say this to your face. I'm going to get it back and I'm going to use it the way it was intended. But I'm not doing it for the clans and I'm not doing it as a keeper.
That soul is for the clans. Is for our people, our family.
I will do what that soul tells me to do. I have ignored it for years because you terrified me of it. I couldn't hear it. I couldn't feel it.
Just shakes his head. Still naive, daughter.
Maybe I always will be.
but I'd rather be the way I am now. Good luck with the clans. And she'll walk away.
He just says nothing, shakes his head. Make a perception check.
Sure. Nat 20.
Okay.
The only time Nia has good perception.
You hear him say to his new wife, so much like her poor old mother. Couldn't see what was happening right in front of her face.
I would like to stop and turn around.
Okay.
What are you talking about? You never spoke of her before, and now you're suddenly ready to talk about her now? How am I so much like her?
I thought you were leaving.
Then you spoke her name.
Not quite.
You made a point to never speak of her in front of me. I don't even know my own mother's name.
You have lost the right to sit in such an assembly. You ran when you had the chance. You've only come back here to talk about some small family squabble, as opposed to seeing the larger picture.
I think I don't know what's going on. I was just told that my father, who I thought was dead for months, was here. Maybe for once I was trying to think about how the world isn't falling down around me. And I just wanted one familiar sight.
And you came here to shit on it. That's all. You didn't come to talk, reminisce. You came to tell me I was a bad father.
Reminisce?
That was it.
Reminisce about what? A life I led terrified. Screaming for help this entire time, and the only person who helped me was my uncle.
As you start raising your voice, the baby starts waking up. Well, the child starts waking up, like, crying a little bit, and he just, like, takes her and just starts shaking. Not shaking her, but, like, you know, rocking her back and forth. Just, shut up! Just, you know, rocking her back and forth.
That's how you shush a baby, yes.
That's how I shush a baby, yeah.
She'll, when the baby starts crying, she'll start lowering her voice again, because Nia's not a total monster.
Remember where you are. This is not the time or place. I'll be here for a while. You came, you said your piece. If you really are finally doing what is right, then do it. If you're just here to try to make me feel bad, upset my daughter, get the fuck out of my sight.
Nia takes a deep breath. I don't know why I thought you ever would have changed. And she walks away. For real this time. Out of the room.
You did roll a 20, so you will probably hear him just be like, I have changed. I'm sorry. And he just kind of sits there with his daughter. Kelsey, you're in the middle of the room. What have you talked about?
The room.
You heard none of this. I don't know how mad you can be getting at him.
No, I would love to be able to just make eye contact with Nia, though, like before she fully exits the room. Just, God, just eye contact and just like, and a heart. My family. She can't be here because she's part of my family. Anyways.
Yeah, fuck you, Dad.
But
I have a new dad.
I have a bigger, better dad than you.
He has both his arms.
Oh, shut up, Sarah. What are you saying?
Oh man. Oh God. Oh my brain. Could we go to Or?
Okay, yeah, let's. We'll go to Auric so you can get your brain together. Okay, so you walk up, just look down at this dwarf who's sitting next to Green Man. Because he's.
Oh, is there no? I thought there was a spot.
Nope. Well, I said you have to make one, and the dwarf's there. Grumpy dwarf.
Oh, sorry. When I misheard when you were describing the dwarf. Can I tell the dwarf is kind of having a rough go of sitting next to this guy?
Yep.
All right, I'll look to the dwarf and I'll just say, "Oh, you look like you could use some fresh air."
He just looks up at you, doesn't say anything, just shakes his head a little bit and just keeps like watching what this woman in the middle is about to say or do.
I would like to sit in your seat, please.
I'm sitting here. Fuck off, knife here.
You're clearly distressed, uncomfortable. Your magical rune or your anti-magical rune is going all the wire, all over the place. I think you'd be able to focus more. Sat elsewhere.
He stands up and goes to push you. Get the fuck out of my face! Do you let him shove you?
Orc's not gonna do something to him. So yeah.
Yeah. The rules were no violence, no harmful magic. You are a stickler for
Orc's
rules.
not gonna.
So if you want to find a way around that, go nuts.
No, in Orc's mind, he's gonna let him shove him because he's harming me. He should be taken away.
Okay. The priest's gonna move across and like sort of waves off one of the guardians at the door. Is there something the matter here? Someone's about to address the assembly.
I just need to speak with this gentleman. I need to sit. I don't want to disturb the speech. I asked politely if I could take this seat. She grew aggressive.
He was here first, or just a moment. And he sort of leans down and starts talking very quietly to the dwarf in Dwarven. And I'm just going to make a roll. And it's going to land on the desk. Yeah, okay.
I understand Dwarven.
He's pretty much saying that he's going to move where he's staying to one that's, you know, a magically watered. No magic can leak in. It's going to be very... Because the problem with this island is everything's magic. And he's trying to, you know, be like, if we we'll give you what makes you comfortable. And he says something along the lines of, you know, I'll put in a good word with the deep sea adamantine mines. I know you need it for your abyssium weapons. And the dwarf just like looks up, very begrudgingly gets up and just death stares you as he's walking past. And he goes and sits on, like, goes to second tier and looks around, like, kicks a step, and then goes up to the third tier and sits down. It's kind of arrayed in like importance, first, second, and third tier.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's.
I do say goodbye in Dwarvish as he walks away.
He says words that have translations in English that I won't say, and then has some words that just don't. They're just like the most despicable, disgusting, like, curse words you've ever heard, and you've been around for a while. As he goes and sits up on the third tier, you sit down next to this green man who's just smiling a little bit at this. How can I help?
You seek individuals who have faced these threats.
Indeed.
The horsemen, cult.
I have come across them before, yes. And I want to see them destroyed.
Then,
do you wish to stay here or talk elsewhere?
We can talk elsewhere. That might be better. Though it is a shame that I took this dwarf's seat now that we're walking away.
Well, what happens next will be even better. And as you guys both stand up and move out, 2 people from the second tier quickly move to the first tier. And the 2 people from the third tier move to the second tier. And the dwarf who's on the opposite end too far away, so just like gets really mad in his seat. And it's just, again, just like looking at you. Real mad. Like face
like
red.
Rats.
Yeah.
Now, Orc will say to the green man, they're like rats. Scurrying.
Or posturing for the position. Come, let's walk. And he actually moves outside the temple and starts walking down towards like the jungles and stuff.
Orc will follow.
What experience do you have fighting these things?
Well, I've spoken with at least death.
His face just like, he just stops and his face falls. Death. The last horseman. The one that should only... He's been here?
Blood Moon Evening. He visited Tredale.
What do you know of the other horsemen? How many have come? If death is here, the end is already happening.
He left. War is here.
Well, that
This I know. And plague, right? Plague is here too, right?
Pestilence, yeah.
Pestilence, sorry, yeah. Pestilence has come as well. You know the 5 as well, the bastards.
A troublesome lot. Like to cause chaos when none is needed. Why?
Whether intentional or not, their actions seem to be helping usher them in. Whether intentional or not, a lot of actions are ushering them in.
There was once a prophecy that their leader would help bring about the end of all things. If he's found out where his destiny might be going, he is insane enough to try to rush it along.
Unsurprising. There's, of course, also Death's sibling.
The Void.
Yes.
Also known as
Yes.
Famine.
I know that one quite well.
Have you fought any of their servants before? Usually there is a herald that comes, known as the Burning.
No. Yes, we destroyed that.
More will come. You will need to know how to fight them.
A golden monkey from another dimension accidentally destroyed.
He just kind of like blue screens for a moment, just...
That's an appropriate response, I think.
That aside... Monkey. That aside, monkey. You will need to know how to fight the armies of the horsemen. There is one man who knows more than any other. Dakara Stormborn. He lives outside of Duskfall. Be careful when approaching him, and do not mention me.
And who are you?
My name is Karzuk. I was part of a family who first developed rune magic for humans.
And he sort of pulls his sleeves back, and in tiny intricate script is just runic symbols all up and over him.
I stole the knowledge of the dwarves. I taught arcane magic to the elves. I am old. I've been here a long time. Jealous rivals locked me away when I was at my weakest. Me and my brothers had just bound the white head of Tiamat, the queen. It took a tremendous amount of energy. And they came.
Nia found her room in the temple and just slams the door shut.
I didn't do shit, excuse you.
It's heard all
That was
across
good
the
timing
island.
for you when you said they came. And
It made me jump a little bit, not gonna lie.
Are you okay, Kyle?
I'm fine. My house might be being broken into, but they'll never find me
Well,
here.
maybe go deal with that.
No, it's Sarah. She just...
D&D is more important than robbery.
It's okay. I'll defend
Like the
myself
robber
with
comes
my
in, but
model
like-
clippers.
Who would ever invade the home of a nerd?
Like the robber comes in, like blade edge pointed out. It's like, can you see I'm busy?
Like, the most valuable things I have is like a wooden dice box and some books. I don't know what you expect from me.
No, but
There's
roll
like
initiative.
$3,000 worth of dwarven forge behind me. Do you want that?
6. I'm a die. Anyways, back to the game.
They came,
Teaching.
locked me
Go ahead.
away. I no longer have my books, scrolls, and thousands of years in a cage have dulled some of my knowledge.
What is your nature exactly?
My nature.
You speak of ages, millennia, knowledge, teaching, magic. What is your nature?
I'm a human. One of the first.
Impressive.
We found that we're not meant to live this long. Memories, after 100, maybe 200 years, fade, and we have to learn things all over again.
I'm familiar with the fleeting nature of memories.
Yes, but you were designed for thousands of years.
not decades.
True.
This is a discussion we should have at length another time. For now.
Sorry, I was distracted.
Easily done. One of my disciples built a tower, Zonthal. I believe he has the knowledge, the tomes on binding and fusing of creatures. I am greatly concerned. His tower is in Jokelheim, and between the demonic barbarians that roam that land and the cultists who are trying to ally with them, dark times might lie ahead.
Well, dark times do lie ahead. There's no uncertainty there. It's just a matter of how dark.
Well, what can I do for you to help on this mission, this quest, this journey?
Well, I'm very eager to help you. I have no love for the cult. I have no love for much. I don't... Whatever you can give me, knowledge, power, resources, contacts, to strengthen me and my associates' abilities to combat the horsemen. Protect our minds.
There are several things that can be done. Get me that book, and I will teach you the ways of binding. Visit the cars. He will help you with more physical combat. I can also teach you the harvesting and crafting of magical items. Not many know these skills. You are brimming with divine power, yet you strike me as an arcanist.
Yes. Well, with the dull structure of our cosmos, all magic is really divine, truly, I suppose. But I'm what one might call approaching divinity.
Well, give me some time, and I might be able to help you on your way.
Yes. Seems a fair deal, Cord.
Okay.
How are we to reach you? You seem a vagabond by nature.
Whenever my name is spoken, I can hear it. I'm not restricted by the rules of magic like others are.
Oh, well, I would truly like to learn that.
You were not here before the council was made. I am a source of
I was
magic.
somewhere.
There is a difference between you and I. I will aid you in finding a way to break the rules. Certain places are warded. Almost anyone that is the ally of Duskfall, of the dwarves there, have stopped it. The ability to translocate, restricted to rings of runes on the ground. Speak my name outside one of these places, and I might be able to visit you.
Excellent. Whatever you need.
Well,
What you promise me is true, then I will happily work with you.
find me that book while I work on other things.
Agreed.
He sort of holds his hand out to shake yours.
That's right. You need symbols, sigils, non-verbal language.
Not quite. And as he takes your hand, you get a small spark of arcane energy that flashes from him to you, then you to him. And you just get a quick snapshot of like the length of his life. You just, born, learning, locking away his father, ruling a country, the world breaking, causing the cataclysm, locking up Tiamat, being locked away, coming back, creatures falling from the sky, and then to this meeting, you just get snapshot, and he has the same thing with you, getting a brief snapshot of your existence. And he is about 8 or 9 times older than you are.
Hell yeah. Oric has no maybe a couple months ago he would have had a physical reaction to this, but when it's all just passing over his eyes and rapidly, and as soon as he comes out of it, it's just a very calm. Oh,
I found something. Seems you have forgotten. And he opens up a small window and reaches in, and this book comes out that you had hidden away a while ago, and it's covered in aboleth flesh. Hands it to you.
More tools, weapons for the armory.
And he sort of nods to you and makes his way back down towards the town. What we'll do is we'll wrap it up there tonight, because it's now about 10 minutes over time, and it lets Kelsey get more time to plan her great speech.
My great speech, so that I don't have to be like, hey, what's up, my homies? War is whack. You don't want to be whack, you want to be sick.
Like an after-school special.
Yes.
No, please, just let that be
A
serious.
mascot comes out and does a cartwheel.
I'm flying.
Can we please just have that be Saren's speech? Because that might be the most convincing thing we've said to these people this entire time we've been here.
I don't want to be whack. I want to be sick as fuck. I guess we'll listen to the lady.
Hell yeah.
And for God's sake, I really want to see Ignis have to talk to the priests and do all the blessing stuff, but other shit keeps.
No,
You shouldn't have told me my dad was
whatever
here.
he wants. We could have this conversation, but right now I'm more focused on Sloan.
And it's been good. I have actually really liked the growing relationship there. It's been excellent. So thank you very much for that. I'm gonna just say quick favorite moments, because we are a few minutes over time. So starting with Kelsey. What was the favorite thing that happened today?
I'm gonna say that when I really love. Stop. I
saw you lose your shit, and I was so happy about that joke.
I really loved Nia's whole interaction with her dad because, God, I hate her fucking dad. And I was like, you saw my expressions, but like her response was just like, yeah, get it, girl. But I also have to say, just really quick, I really like the interaction that happened between Orc and Saren, but I have to say that secretly she was just like. Bitch.
Oh no, yeah. Like I 100% got that vibe.
Yeah.
Ow.
So, but yeah.
Okay.
It's
I was gonna say, what's the favorite thing you did today?
Oh, what me did?
Yeah, I'm because last time I asked you this, you were like, I don't think I did anything good.
No, that's not what I meant when I answered it. My favorite, I was saying that my favorite thing was the dice thing because it made everyone laugh. I like that. But I can make a joke right now. It's like the favorite thing I did is Yako. No.
Okay.
I mean, Kelsey, I know that's half the truth.
I'm okay to leave that there.
Yeah, okay. Someone else.
All right. I know Shelby has to go soon, so we'll go her next.
Okay. Quick favorite moment is I love Sloane's growth so fucking much. And honestly, it was just so Sloane for Sloane to be like, okay, I'm going to write this down. Then Nia, your father is.
Yeah,
It's just like one long.
That is such a Sloane thing, and I love. No, that is such a Sloane thing to do, and I would not have wanted it any other way. That was definitely perfect, and honestly, I think that did a lot for how Nia sees Sloane. I think that's gonna have positive ripples. I think that good things have happened today.
I like to consider the thought that it's just like her word vomiting, and it's just like writing really fast, and then just like it's like, Nia, your father's alive, and it's just like crumples up the piece of paper. Well, I tried.
Yeah.
Favorite thing you did, Shelby?
I told my dad how it fucking was. I have said things to my father that Nia has been too afraid to say her entire fucking life. Okay. And I think that she's finally earned the right to tell her dad to go fuck himself.
Okay. All right. You can now, if you wish, mute your mic. Don't turn your camera off. Just drape something over it. Go get ready for bed, and then by the time you're done, it should be good to close up.
Bye, everybody.
Go away, Shelby.
I'm going. Bye.
Go to bed.
All right. Fucking Sean with the wave. Okay, we're gonna go, and I'll make Shannon go last this time to make it hardest for her.
Thanks.
So, Arron, favorite moment tonight?
Favorite moment tonight is telling a lich that they are a pot calling the kettle black.
Yep. Fair enough.
Just like their unnaturally long lives, says the motherfucker who has unnaturally lengthened his life.
Fair enough. That's also, I guess, the favorite thing you did. So is there another favorite moment you have?
I guess it's just like spending more time with Sloane, just trying to like keep things like a little bit more like, let's talk this out. Let's look at this from every point of view. I don't want you like stressing too much out, but I'm glad you're talking to me with your feelings, and then also made me waste a piece of paper. As a DM who does virtually everything analog.
Okay. Sean, your favorite moment?
My favorite moment tonight. So I mean, I was going to say, but she's not here, so I was going to say generally, I just think Shelby was just really on fire tonight. I think I every time that it was her scene, and just the her interactions with you, Nova, in all of these situations, I just thought she did. I don't know. I was just really really focused in on her performance, and I thought it was really good tonight. Really, everything Nia, whenever Nia was on screen, I was like, okay, yeah,
I did see all of this actually, just like listening in.
She's just really on it tonight, but also like I just really loved Sloane's like just like being the dog who ripped up the garbage and their owner just came home, like, and like those memes you see where the dog is like, it's like two dogs, you're like, guess which one ripped up the garbage, and one's just sitting there and the other one's like in the corner with their head in the wall. and just Sloane really embodied that energy tonight in a very good and very fun way, a very entertaining way.
And the favorite thing you did?
I was just being a dick more. I was less of a dick tonight, but I was a dick to Saren with that comment where Auric, in his head, in his soulless head, was just like, I'm stating my observation that you seem calmer now. But it was such a dick comment to make. But no, my favorite thing I did tonight was I just really enjoy this mental, not sparring, but just sort of like this mutual conversations that the priest and Auric are having that are just like, oh yes, that's quite interesting. Yeah, that's true. That's also very stupid. I also don't like the way they do that.
I did like that I got to just drop that, like, you're like, yes, but I do, my God provides me, and you were just like, I thought we were similar. Fuck you.
I know, it was like legitimately like if Auric had his soul, it would have been a moment of him being legitimately sad, but this Auric was just like, oh, you're stupid too. You're not as smart as I thought. But I think probably my real favorite moment was when he was questioning me hanging out with all these emotionally unstable people, and I just coming up with like, well, you have to be emotionally unstable to travel with me. I really like that line.
All right, Shannon, what was your favorite moment? You seem so unhappy with me.
You made me go last. Everybody took mine. So you know what?
Usually I let you go first, all right? Because of where you are on the screen.
No, you don't. No. Anyway. No. So I was gonna say I really loved Mia telling her father to fuck himself. That was excellent. Very well done. Very well paced. Just everything. I also really enjoyed Auric saying goodbye to the dwarf in Dwarvish. That was so cheeky, and I loved it. It was a little moment, but it was excellent. I really do enjoy this growing relationship that is between Ignis and Sloane. She's slowly replacing one magic man for the other.
Okay.
I'm becoming a therapist.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to start reading a therapy book again.
Sloane's gonna get a bill at the end of the campaign.
Psychology.
I
hope it's been 60 minutes.
I think I just enjoyed the entirety of the auditorium scene where it was just different viewpoints being thrown around, and then you guys kind of getting to weigh in a little bit on what you thought was right or wrong. Whether it's, Ignis being like, shut up, Lich, you're a dick. Or, Auric talking to Green Man, or, all the things there were pretty good. Even like, Sloane just being like, do I know that guy? Who's that guy? Oh, fuck, I do know that guy. Like, just leaving was good. It just let me have a lot of play with the different characters. All right, we're gonna go just real quick in 25 words or less. Who are you? Where are you from? Kelsey.
It's me, I'm Kelsey. Roguzu. Bye.
Okay. Arron, 25 words or less. Who are you? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Arron. I'm otherwise known as the Archian. I'm the creator of How to Be an Adventurer, as well as the creator of D6, the Black Archives. You can find us streaming.
Sending cuts off.
That's what this is.
You can find us streaming at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I casting sending twice.
Sean, who are you? Where are you from? Hi. 25 words.
My name is Sean. You can find me at Paradise Productions. I'm the creative director. I stream. I play. I live.
You just get, you know, those like live, play, love, whatever it is. You're just like
You just sound like Bob Ross right now.
Live, laugh, love.
Last 3 words. Last 3 words.
Last 3 words.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Hell yeah.
all right.
I had a different one in my mind, but I like yours better.
Now you actually get a bonus for going last because 25 words, but you can piggyback on Sean, which makes it real easy. You almost get extra words. See how nice I am to you?
Oh, you're so fucking nice to me, Nova. All right. I'm Shannon, also from Paradise Productions. I play Scarlet. I love her. We have a special game on Sunday at 4 p.m.
3 words left.
That's it?
You got 3 words left.
And come join us.
Excellent.
Shit, I'm the community manager too.
No one heard that because the spell ended.
Hi, I'm Nova. I run Roll for Damage. Play this. I DM this, and we have a website now, which is going to go in chat. I hope.
Done.
I also sent you the logo for an update for later.
Yes.
If you got it on this.
Yeah. Check out our website. We're gonna have videos, blogs, streams, stuff on there. There'll be more stuff coming soon as it gets released. Homebrew shit, worlds, stories, etc., etc. So yeah, it'd be cool if you check it out. Comment on the blogs. Let me know what you think. We'll have to work on. It'd be really, really good for learning how to be better at that stuff. Anyways, let's find someone to raid. Anyone got a raiding person to raid at?
Oh, let's see. Who is dungeoning and dragoning right now? Let's see. Crit Fail Safe is on. I don't know how long we've been streaming.
Crit Fail Safe.
Yeah.
Is Xander.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I have to find this thing, so you just can like wave as long as you want to. Just.
Vic, we get more than 25 words. Go.
Yeah, just start talking. Here's an ad for anyone. Please stick around. We're gonna raid someone, but it really helps out. See you soon. Keep waving.
Monkey.
The ad's now running. I'm still trying to find the raid person.
All right.
Great.
Well, if we're still live and the ad's running, if they're subbed, they can still hear us and see.
Yeah, I know. I understand these things. I'm doing 3 things at once.
Oh God.
Hi.
Hello, subscribers. Thank you.